So firstly, we're going to use the brush set. So this includes 7 essential brushes for eyes and face. Firstly, using the B01 brush, we're going to use this to apply a liquid foundation. And you can bounce this brush up and down onto the skin, which will create more of a fuller coverage, as you will keep the coverage exactly where you put it. Whereas if you want to sheer out the foundation, you can actually apply this brush in swiping motions, and that will sheer out the coverage and it will let your natural skin show through if you prefer more of a fresh natural finish. So to further merge the foundation into the skin, you can use the larger sponge and actually make it a little bit damp, and that will make your foundation look a little bit more hydrated and it will add moisture back into the skin, making it look really fresh and dewy. So next, adding a little bit more coverage underneath the eyes, we're going to use a concealer and blend this in with the smaller sponge. As it's smaller and it's a little bit more precise, it can fit really nicely underneath the eye. And again, you want to make sure you bounce this up and down to keep the concealer exactly where you put it. So next, we want to seal everything in place by setting the foundation with a translucent powder, and to do this we'll be using the C03 brush. So this brush is a tulip shaped powder brush, so it's tapered on the end, so this makes it great to set underneath the eyes, but it's also a reasonably sized powder brush that you can kind of get the job done really quick, because you can set everywhere if you want to, or you can keep it precise by just using the tip of the brush on any areas where you just want to powder, like the T-zone. But also it's super fluffy as well, so it doesn't pick up too much product and it disperses the powder really evenly. All of our brushes are multi-use, so especially the CO3, because it's perfect for applying bronzer. As we said before, it is a tapered powder brush, so that makes blending bronzer really easy. So you typically want to apply bronzer anywhere where the sun will naturally hit first, which is the forehead and the top of the cheeks and also the nose. So this will just warm up the complexion and create a nice bronzed finish. So next, to fill in the brows, we're going to use the A24 brush. This is a double-ended brush with one end a spoolie and the other end an angled brush. So because obviously Frida is known for her really full brows and her iconic monobrow, we are going to kind of make more of a modern twist on this. The next thing you want to do is take any brow gel and use the very end of the brush to create brow-like strokes. So start at the bottom of the brow and flick your brush upwards in the same direction as where the hairs are growing. And always brush through the product to ensure there's not too much build up. So now we want to add a little bit more of a glow to the skin. So we're going to use our B06 brush. This is typically an eye brush, but it is great for cheeks as well if you want to create a really precise highlight application, just because we want to focus the highlight right on top of the cheekbone. So for the eyes, we're taking inspiration from the gorgeous blue packaging of our Frida Kahlo collection, and we're going to use a blue base all over the eye. To apply that, we're going to use the A08 brush, because this is a flat fluffy brush, so it allows you to pack on the colour and blend it at the same time. And we want to apply that up to the crease of the eye and no further. If you apply it a little bit further, that's when it can end up looking a little bit too 80s, and also it just makes it look a little bit more wearable if you wear it below the crease. So the A24 is also great for liner application as well, because it is so fine, it makes it so easy to apply. So taking a navy blue eyeshadow, we're going to create a wing on the outer corner. So to create the wing, you want to follow the bottom lash line. So you want to imagine that a line is continuing up from the bottom lash line. So using that as a guideline, you want to make a very rough, short line from your bottom lash line. Then from the top of that lash line, you want to draw a line inwards towards your top lash line. And there you have your wing, and you just need to fill in the gap. You can take the line to about halfway, and that will really elongate and lift the eye. So to shape the face a little bit more, we're going to use the A05 brush. So you can use the end of the brush to find out where the hollow of your cheekbone is, and that is the area where you want to apply contour. So starting from the top of the ear, you want to slowly swipe the brush down the cheekbone. Then once you've got the product on there, you then want to go back up to the ear and slowly work your way down in circular motions to ensure you don't have a line and it's fully blended. Next, we're going to add a little bit of colour to the cheek using the Kabuki brush. So although it has a really beautiful design in the bristles, this doesn't change the application of the blusher. So to apply blusher, you just want to smile and apply it to the apple of the cheeks. You can also take inspiration from Frida Kahlo's blusher, because she was very much known for the blusher that she wore as well, because she kind of wore it quite high on the cheekbone, and that is also really on trend at the moment as well, but you can apply it wherever you prefer. Finally, we've got 2 lip options for you. So because the eyes are super colourful, you could go for a really neutral peachy lip, or if you really wanted to take inspiration from Frida Kahlo, you could go for a bold red lip, and also it would make it super summery as well. So for lip application, we're going to use the A15 brush. This is a super tiny detailed paddle brush, so it makes lip application super easy. Because it is so tiny, it allows you to be super precise. So just really roughly get the colour all over the lip, kind of leaving the edge of the lip free of colour first of all. So firstly, starting off with the bottom lip, you want to start from the corner and apply it downwards. And then the same with the top lip, you always want to start from the corner and curve upwards. And you always want to angle your hand downwards, and then again go from the corner upwards, because you naturally curve your line when you do that. Whereas if you do it from the cupid's bow downwards, you naturally curve your lip edge down. That just makes that edge really nice and curved and natural looking, but still you can get that nice overdrawn edge if you want. So the red lip could be your summer evening option, and then you've got the peachy one, which could be your daytime to wear with a pop of colour on the eye. So that is your completed Frida inspired makeup look.